What's up, Internet? This is Rambling Josh, and you're watching another episode of Let's Play Quest 64. Today we explore Cull Hazzard, which are words that I never really want to escape my mouth. This is what I would consider to be the first real dungeon in the game. What exactly do I mean by real dungeon, you might ask? Well, the requirements are actually, I don't want to say simple, but whatever. So, what I would consider the requirements for being a real dungeon are thus. The enemies have to be ridiculously powerful, or at least some of them have to be ridiculously powerful, to the point where if you get stuck with just bad luck, then you have to do the whole dungeon over again because you just straight up die. The dungeon has to be ridiculously long and with a very straightforward path with almost no deviation in it. And most importantly, the dungeon has to be designed so that if you get confused and you get turned around and lose track of what direction you were running, you just get completely turned around and you end up going all the way back to the entrance without realizing you're actually going backwards. That is what I consider to be a real dungeon in Quest 64, and Cull Hazzard has all of those things. And when I say real dungeon, I don't exactly mean those are what needs to be in a good dungeon, because Cull Hazzard is far from a good dungeon. It just happens to have skelebats that are owning my face. Okay, I need some fresh bread. This area is particularly, well, not particularly nasty, but one of the nasty things about this area is the fact that there's this kind of edge here and skelebats can spawn off the edge. And of course if they do that, then you can't run up to them and hit them with water pillar or your staff. You have to use a ranged attack. And because you can't actually see the ground below them, it's all the harder to actually aim it. And my MP is kind of low-ish, so I'm just going to run away. I would say their damage is okay, just because they're doing like 15 or so with Wind Cutter. But by this point in the game, that's a fairly standard amount of damage to be doing. Did I actually get turned around already? I honestly don't even know. I hope not. No, it doesn't seem like I did. Okay, we're good. So we got out of the tunnels and we're in this kind of big open area. I thought there was something over here. I guess not. Okay. New enemies. Blood Gel. They use Homing Arrow. It has a whole lot of hits, but a lot... Well, I don't want to say a lot like... That's the wrong spell. Jeez. This episode's a bit of a disaster so far. Kind of like I was saying with Wind Cutter, where with the higher levels, it's best to just kind of stand there and let them go around you. That's especially true for Homing Arrow. You can see there were like 5 arrows and only 2 of them hit me. So, on average, if you just kind of stand there, a lot of the arrows are just going to go right past you and all will be well. That is not a good example of that theory in action. Jeez, I really hate missing in this game. It's pretty dumb. I'm gonna die here, aren't I? Almost. Okay, well, let's back off a bit. And let's try going for a range attack. Because I guess similar to Wind Cutter, if you're right up close, then the homing arrows have a higher chance of hitting you. Okay, he's paralyzed. That's good. Just bash him in the face. A couple times. Well, that wasn't pleasant. Let's see here. One good thing about all this is your defense goes up pretty quickly. Now, somewhere around here there should be... Oh god. Oh god. Ow. Good frickin' lord, that did like 25 damage? Yeah, those things are rather nasty. Oh, you know what? I'm not where I thought I was. I'm getting a bit ahead of myself in this dungeon here. My map is not very good, unfortunately. And I'm just gonna run away because I only have 5 MP. Those scarecrows are fairly strong. They have a lot of HP, so... Having a lot of HP in this game is actually pretty deadly, just because... Like, when it comes to enemies, at least. At least with the style that I like to play this game with, because it means that if they don't die, like, right away, then they're gonna get, like, a bajillion hits off on you, and that's kinda dangerous. Now, is this the direction I was running in? Yeah, okay. So, grab a spirit there. Run around over here. And over there should be a spirit. Well, there is another spirit and another chest. Let's try Rolling Rock. Wow, that damage is terrible. Clearly, Earth is not the way to go with these guys. So, let's go with Ice Wall. Ow. Well, some nice AoE damage there anyways. No, frickin'... Oh my god, I hate missing so much. It's like the dumbest mechanic ever. Let's use a system where you have to aim your spells, and then let's make it so that even if you aim your spells properly, they can still miss. That's a brilliant idea, let's do that. Okay, just hit this guy from range. Okay, he's dead. And we are also almost dead. This is not uncommon. The way missing in this game works is it's determined by your agility. Like, your agility determines how likely you are to hit another enemy, and it determines how likely an enemy is to hit you. So, I mean, I would mind that a little bit less if agility was a stat that you could actually reliably raise. The thing about agility is, as far as I know, the only way it actually goes up is just by running around. Or, I think it also actually increases if your agility... Like, if you dodge another enemy's attack. God, these things are brutal. So, it's just really hard to raise your agility, like... Oh god. That's something... A pretty common phrase to go with Cull Hazzard. And where the heck is the... Wait, is this it? I thought the entrance, or the exit from this area was supposed to be to the north. I'm so lost. The only chance I really have of killing these guys is if I paralyze them. So what I will try to do if I'm at max MP is I will like hit them with a ice knife, and if it paralyzes them I might give it a try. If it doesn't, I just run away. I would give this fight a shot, but I don't want to fight 4 enemies. I don't think I would last long enough. Okay, well, I do think I'm going in the right direction at this point. So anyways, what I was saying about agility is, like, there isn't really any way to reliably raise it. It just kind of goes up on its own passively. So, 93 experience. Okay, now this might be a winnable fight. Well, okay. That's definitely not a good way to start it, so. It's a good example of something that I was mentioning in a previous episode, where if you have one hard enemy and a couple of easier enemies, you can kind of exploit the fact that enemies only go one at a time. In this specific example, for instance, just looking up my map for a second, you have a wyvern and a couple of skelebats. Hey, look at that. So, the wyvern, obviously, really strong, but that's not who I want to hit. Well, I haven't taken any damage yet, so I might as well keep trying. Jeez, Ice Knife is just not hitting anything. So the wyvern does a lot of damage, but if there are 2 other weaker enemies with him, then he's only doing like 25 damage or whatever, like a third of the time, whereas the skelebats make up 2/3 of the attacks. So if you focus your attacks on the wyvern, or whatever the strong enemy is, then you take out the biggest player while minimizing how many times he actually gets to attack. Holy shit, Ice Knife actually hit. Unfortunately, it didn't paralyze him, so I'm just gonna get out of here. I feel kind of bad just because I'm not actually fighting many of these battles, but honestly, in Cull Hazzard, my goal is not to actually kill stuff, it's basically just to get the hell out of here. Because this place is nasty. And it may well end up that I have to do a little bit of grinding just to actually make up for the fact that I'm not killing anything. Well, I can probably manage this fight. And then hopefully go for a nice ice wall here. Unfortunately, I couldn't stand quite close enough to the other dude. Can I actually hit them both? Nice. Unfortunately, ice wall has a tendency of missing. A lot. Okay, let's get the hell away from this dude so he doesn't do that again. Die! Please? Die? There you go, that's more like it. Yay, Earth Spirit! And we are almost dead yet again. This episode's going on pretty long here, but I just want to reach... You can see there's a chest in the distance, or 2 chests rather. I just want to get to there. Please go away, Mr. Wyvern. I don't want you, I want the chests. Okay, we're alive, we're back at full health, even if our MP is empty. Chest time. Honey bread, that might come in handy. And a healing potion, that will come in handy. Whew, okay, so at this point we are, I would say, not quite halfway through Cull Hazzard. So, yeah, this place is pretty nasty. Hopefully we will be able to finish it next time, on the next episode of Let's Play Quest 64. Catch you later.